All right, we are good to go. Ooh, it's cold out today. Welcome to the Glow Show. What's up, everybody? We are streaming and dreaming. Okay, I gotta warm this up. Oh, hands are cold. Okay, so we are making some tie-dye stuff tonight, kind of like chaotic. What's up, Dale? How are you, my friend? How you doing? Okay. Let's create a little chaos. What do y'all say? What's up, Kevin's book? How are you? Yep, that is the jellyfish hanging up. Correct. It looks really good, right? I think it looks good. I think it looks outstanding, actually. Okay. All right, we're going to bring this down. Drop this down. Park it over here. Hi, DK Grandma. How are you? Quick drive. Oh, you're tired? I bet you're tired. Man, I bet you got to be wrecked. All right. I think I got to change the camera on this. Hold on one second. No, that is correct. That is. Thank you. Oh, my God. Thank you for that alien buddy. No, that camera is correct. Hold on one second. I'm going to try this camera. We're going to go this one tonight. I'm going to change this camera. We're running this guy. Okay. What's happening? Oh my God, it's cold. Can you guys see all the stuff? Yeah, the jellyfish came out. Perfect. Fiery Mom's doing okay. She's hanging in there. You know, it's day by day, you know. This camera is a better. Yeah, this is my expensive camera, and I think I got it fine-tuned finally. I just kind of dove into YouTube and said, all right, I'm going to start diving into all these settings and figure this damn thing out. The problem on the camera is the screen for the camera is it's so tiny. I definitely have to wear my cheater reader glasses. So, yeah, that's the part that sucked. Yeah, this one came out good. I think the flame looks better, too. Myra, how are ya? All right, so what we did right there is we did a little spin trail on here. So we're going to create this tie-dye effect. I'm going to try a whole bunch of different colors. I'll let y'all decide on what you think looks really good. And we'll just kind of go from there. Sound like a plan? What do y'all think? Just kind of go with the flow? All right, here we go. So we're going to drop this down, add some white. So this will be lime green, white, and that really heavy shimmer color. I'm going to bring it all the way out here. So the base is the lime green. Yeah, so this is the snowman with the candy cane guy on the bottom, the little peppermint stick. Megan, thank you. Yeah, the jellyfish looks good. Thank you. I'm doing good. What's up? J-Dub, is it, trying to see, is it Memorel? If I messed your name up, I apologize. Help me phonetically say it correctly. Because I want to be able, once I know it, I'll be able to get it perfect. I will not forget it. What's up, Christy? How are you? All right, we're going to do another section of white on here. I want to go pretty heavy on this color. One of the things I remembered from last year is if I did the ornaments too dark, they didn't show up on the tree. And so you got to use a lot of light colors. Or it just doesn't work. What's up, Dragonfly? Gail, how are you? Yeah, this is the candy. So that one actually glows in the dark. So this little candy cane guy down here glows. So that is a glowing icicle peppermint stick. Yeah, that one actually glows. So for that, I like it a lot. Okay, let's spin this up. So we got a bunch of colors spun around here. And we're gonna tie-dye it. I don't know why, but I'm into the candy theme and very whimsical fantasy theme this year. Really, really heavy. All the way around. I'm just going to keep striping this all the way around. I got to give it a second. It's starting to warp on me. I have no idea what you want to say. I am on your feet again? Well, that's awesome. I appreciate it. What's happening? I got to give this a second. It's warping on me. It's just falling. So I got to give it a second to kind of mellow out before I go for it again. So we're going to bring it out here. That's a pretty big gap right there. What did I do last year? Last year was mostly focused on the snowman, and then I think last year we introduced the snowman Grinch combination. So it wasn't too exotic. We had a couple candies. The ribbon candy was like introduced, but not like produced. So this year is definitely going to be all the different candies and stuff. All right, so there we got some color running through. I just got done shooting all the photographs to list everything, so it should be up pretty quick. Just cruising through to see what the world's happening. Yeah, me too. I'm just kind of hanging out. All right, so now we're going to really spin it around. Yeah, last year didn't have too much of a super theme. This year will definitely have a major direction. But I just got done collecting all the candy canes we've been making this whole time. I've got like 40 candy canes in all these different colors. I'm thinking about doing a grab bag candy cane box where it's like 3 candy canes for $30 and you get whatever colors come out. That could be uranium, red, all kinds of the different colors. They all look good. Nothing will be a bad candy cane. But 3 for $30 is a good price. That's only $10 a candy cane. But I've got a whole bunch of them. No, I've not burnt myself like really bad. I've gotten tiny little burns, but nothing that was bad. Bod. All right, so you can see here we're changing that pattern. We've got like a very striped pattern here, and this one we're kind of going chaos on it. What's up, Karen? How are you? Black, have I done any black and red or black and white? Yeah, actually, Elena, I do have black and white candy canes actually completed. After I finish this, I can go grab one. But I've got the uranium candy canes and red and white, black and white, caramel color. There's just a whole slew of them. None of them look bad. But yeah, I was thinking, doing just a grab bag box where you get 3 different colors. And we just kind of blend it all together. You just kind of get what you get. Surprise. It's like Christmas for you too. You have a Gothic Christmas tree? Okay. Yeah, a lot of people do this year. Yeah, I think there's a lot of black and white themed Christmas trees this year. All right, so we're just going to blend this last little stripe here. Okay. So now we have it all blended all the way around here. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing some more mystery boxes, Christy. Not just with candy canes, but like mystery boxes, too. Yeah, it has been that kind of year. That's actually funny, Elena. Yeah, the one with the holly is my favorite. That one takes a while to build. Yeah, that one's not the easiest to make, but it's very cool when it's done. Okay, so we're going to trim this front end off here. We're going to give it a little spiral. And we're going to have this glass rod that refuses to break. There. Hate it when that happens. Okay, so we got all these really blended colors going through here. So this is lime green, a silver gray shimmer color, and bright white. I do sell everything, yes. I'll even sell you my washer and dryer if you want. Come pick it up. Okay, so we're going to bring it out here. And we're going to really melt it in now, then we're going to blow it out. We're making Christmas ornaments. I'm doing kind of a tie-dye theme. So the theme tonight was kind of chaos, but it's really focused more along the lines of tide pools or tie-dye, organic, planetary looking stuff. Nothing structured. I want it like chaos. I want to create chaos tonight. So that's the goal, chaos. All right, so we got this going. Let's blow this open a little. Oh crap, this is going to be a big one. It's going to be a little bigger than I wanted. It's all right. Nothing wrong with a little bigger ornament. But yeah, this is all going to be chaos themed. So my vision for these type of ornaments are Jupiter, the planet. I love all the swirls of Jupiter. Ocean tides. So if you look in a tide pool and you see everything kind of swirling around. And tie-dye shirts. I love tie-dye shirts. I don't wear any because I look terrible in them. I can't wear a tie-dye shirt. I look horrible in a tie-dye. Okay, so now you can see all that chaos of color going. Like that. Nope, no squid. This is a jellyfish. We finished that last night. The jellyfish came out freaking awesome. I love that jellyfish. It was a pain in the butt to make, but well worth it. I reviewed my video on making it. I was like, man, that took a while. The other one didn't come out so well. I have it behind me. I'll show you that one too. I'm not pleased with it at all. I'm debating on what the hell to do with it. I'm really debating on like throwing it away. Trashing it. Yeah, wait till you see when I shine the light on that jellyfish. It looks freaking awesome. Even Stephanie was like, oh, that's really cool. When I get the Steffi Mouse approval, that's like when you know you did something right because she sees so much of it. Should make a xenomorph from Alien? I know, a xenomorph would be freaking cool. That'd be definitely a cool Christmas ornament. A xenomorph. I just got done watching the series, the new Alien Earth series. I actually liked it. I thought they did a good job. All right, so we're sealing this off here. And we're going to flatten this other end out and get this looking really good. Hey, Callie, how are you? Good to see you. How's it going? It's cool because on YouTube, all the colors come up of moderators and members. I know. It was a little disappointing at the end, but I did like, I can't think of his name, but he had the white hair. He normally doesn't have the white hair. He's been in a lot of different series. He was in the series Justified. He was really good in this series. I'm really happy with that they cast him for that. I can't think of his name though, the actor. Well, it's always fun having you in here. Alien Earth is bad fan. No, I like Alien Earth. I thought it was cool. I did like it. Billy Bob Thornton? No, it wasn't Billy Bob Thornton. It's the guy from Justified, and I can't. I know his character name on Justified, Raylan Givens, but I can't think of his actual damn name. Timothy, yes, Timothy Olyphant. Yeah, that's it. Thank you, Megan. That would have drove me nuts. I was watching an interview with him, and when they said, "Oh yeah, you're going to be dyeing your hair," and he's like, "All right, cool." And then they told him, "Yeah, we're dyeing your eyebrows too," and he was like, "What?" They're like, "Yeah, you're getting your eyebrows dyed too," and he was like, I'm not happy about that. But they were like, well, that's the gig. Okay, this actually looks kind of cool. I'm going to show you a little more detailed version of it. And you're going to see exactly why I love this style. Okay, we're going to create a little hook here. Make a nice little, ooh, that actually came out really good too. That's a little crooked. Straighten it out. A little crooked still. Still, damn it. It's only like a millimeter off, and normally people probably wouldn't be able to tell, but I know it's there. It would bug the hell out of me. I couldn't send it out that way. Okay. So I'm going to show you how amazing these colors come out. All right, there we are. Doesn't look too like much, right? Now watch. Oh, how about we use the actual, look at that. I don't know if you can see all the shimmer happening on there. It's just kind of gliding all these different colors. Look how bright that is. Then there's the other side. It has just this really amazing combination to it. It looks really good. And then there's the jellyfish. Look at how that lights up. We'll go from under here. Look at that. Remember I said it was going to be all sparkly colors? It is down here. But look at that top. It just kind of, it's awesome. Okay, I'm going to grab the candy. Oh no, I have them right here. Thank goodness. I must have been thinking ahead of time. So there's the black and white candy cane. Yeah, that's the black and white. It looks good. I love the black and white. And this is the one we did. Let me find the one from last night. There we are. So this one is freaking sweet. Okay? I'm going to show you why. We're going to pull this guy down for just a second. So there is a very shimmery looking candy cane. Look at that. Can you see how bright that color is? Now, here comes the special part. It lights up too. So it has the uranium glow to it. I like this style too. In fact, we have like a bunch of uranium in here. This one's a lot of uranium. So this is the pink and white uranium, like that. Hopefully you guys can see that popping in. And then there it is, lit up. So this is just part of the collection of the candy canes right here. I'm going to do a grab bag with them. So I'm going to start, I have a whole bunch more. Don't do that. So I have a whole bunch more. I'm going to do these for 3 for 10. I'm just going to mix up candy canes. It'll be 3 for 10. And we're just going to pop them in there. You'll get what you want or whatever's in there. Oh, you can't see the color? Let me try that again. Let me try the uranium one more time. I'll see if I can get it a little better. This is probably the brightest of the uranium right now. Let me turn this flame down. So there is a little bit of it. I guess it's not showing up as well. I'll see if I can get it close to the camera. There. No, it's too bright. 1 second. Turn you off for a second. There. There, does that help? Hopefully, get a little bit of color in there. I hope. Okay, we'll set that down. It'll probably show up on the bench a lot better, but yeah, it is super bright uranium. I think this was one too. So this is the calamari ornament. And then we got to get to making glass. I'm just kind of sitting here showing this stuff. So this is the calamari ornament. This is basically a squid tentacle ornament. The calamari ornament. All right, let's do some chaos. Let's make some chaos. Okay, the next one we're going to do is cobalt blue, a base cobalt blue ornament. We're going to do some sparkle, some white, and I think I'm going to throw some green on there too, a little sparkle green. So the blue isn't going to show up too much. Okay, we got a lot of blue on here. It's all solid blue tubing. The blue isn't going to pop out as much. The focus is going to be putting the other colors on there. You know what? We'll throw some uranium on here too. So we'll throw a whole bunch of color at this. This one will definitely be tie-dye. Let me preheat it. All right, let me grab some uranium. All right, I got a little chunk of it. So this will be the uranium here. You see all that uranium glowing like that. We're going to put the uranium on last though, because you want it to really show up. So first color we're going to put on there's this shimmer color. It's like a super sparkle. We're going to spiral this all the way around. The blue is basically just going to be a background color. So instead of being super transparent, I wanted a dark background for this so that all the lighter colors up top show. So that is the goal, is to get this a lot of color on here and use the blue as a dark background so everything else pops. The sparkle color is Molten Aura, and that is the Electrum. So the sparkle color is the Electrum, and that is the super expensive stuff. All right, then we're going to use a sparkly looking green. Going to throw that in there too. So we're going to throw the kitchen sink of color at this. that. Okay, so we've got this spinning around and around and around. All right, so now we got two colors on top of the cobalt. We're going to spin the white on, and then we're going to do the uranium last. I want the uranium to be able to show up a lot, but it should have wisps of uranium through there. So it won't be incredibly bright in one particular spot. There's going to be wisps of uranium glow, which is going to look really good. So we're going to spin this white on here. Like this. Okay. That's a lot of color. So there is the white running on. Definitely see that one popping on there. Then the last one is the uranium here. We're going to use lots of uranium on here. Oh, don't crack off. Let's go. We're going to grab it. We're going to do lots of chunks all the way around here. Go a little bit slower. I want to wisp a whole bunch of chunky monkey on it. And there we are. So that is everything. Hi, Dwayne. What's up, my friend? How you been? Ever dipped melted glass in my hand? No, this glass doesn't drip like normal glass. Yeah, it definitely. All right, Callie, have a good one. Thank you for coming in while you could, though. Good to see you. Yeah, so this glass doesn't drip like normal glass. I'm going to show you real quick. All right, while I keep this warm. We're going to do a tiny little drip test. I'm doing good, Dwayne. Thank you for asking. So we're going to get this super hot. It's going to get to about 3,000 degrees. And that's it. It's not very exciting for the drip test. God, it sounds like a venereal disease drip test. That's gross. No, the uranium is, the jellyfish is not uranium. It is, but it is fumed. Really outstanding. So there, you can see all the colors coming through. It is a cool ass color. It's got sparkle color on the tentacles and everything. Looks good. You're a welder, but this looks badass. Oh, so if you're a welder, check this out, my friend. Look at that. How many welding torches could you do that with? Ebby Island, Everett. Oh man, you're right down the street from me. Well, not right down the street, but you're pretty close. So anyway, yeah, you can't do that with any other welding torches. Nope. Can't do that. All right, let's go. Let's get this thing all changed up. So we're going to create this tie-dye effect. I describe it as tie-dye, but I was describing earlier what I see when I do this. I'm like envisioning either Jupiter, all the swirls in Jupiter, the planet, or oceans, like the tide pools. Just like all these chaotic swirls, or tie-dye. So that's kind of what I think of when I do this. stuff like that. Okay, so we've got these little stripes coming down. And what that did is it locked those little circles in place because they are not physically stuck on there very well. They are just sitting on the surface of the tube. And if you're not careful, they will just pop right off. So from here, we are going to do what I call finger painting. We're just going to blend and mix all that glass. That's what I was saying. We get these little Jupiter-like swirls in here. I'll show you where we're at with it. So there's the difference. You can see the stripes, and then there is the blending right there. Stripes, blended. We're going to blend it all the way around this entire piece. And that's going to give those chaotic swirls all over the place. What's up from Georgia? Welcome in, Georgia. Good hello from Corning, New York. Welcome in, Corning, New York. Welcome in. Do I really get money from that? Nope, I'm a billionaire and I just do this for the hell of it. Yeah, of course I get paid for this. Okay, we're just gonna have to go all the way around. Alabama, North Alabama. Is there a difference between North and South Alabama? What's up from Canada? Wilcox, Arizona. We got everybody. Ontario, Canada. We got a lot of Canada. Maryland. Utah, Sacramento. I know Sacramento. Lived in Elk Grove for a while. I know Sacramento very well. New Zealand. How did I become? I am not a billionaire. I am just joking. Okay, so we're just going to keep swirling this all the way around. Blending it all in. And then we're going to create this chaotic ornament. And hopefully, I want this one to kind of look like a combination of Venus and the ocean swirling around. And I don't know if we're going to have that. We'll see. Let that cool off for a second. I'm going to grab my fan here because it's pretty warm. So we're still going all the way around. Why does everybody get so upset because I don't read your question right away? Do I look busy? I try to get to everybody's question, but if I can't get to it fast enough, it's what it is. Don't get all upset about it. Nebraska, welcome in. Bridget, you can find it under my bio. There is a link to my website. There's also my TikTok shop located in the showcase there. Okay, so we're going to come through. And we're just going to keep coming around. A little bit left to go. And then we're going to be able to blow this thing out. They were asking if I could make a lion. Probably, but not right away. Okay, I had one open spot here. Yeah, if I did a lion, it would not be in color. It would only be in clear. I would not do a lion in color. Yeah, I think we're swirled all the way around. I don't know if I have my wolf nearby. Let me grab the wolf and I'll show you what I'm talking about. 1 second, I'll be off screen for just a second. I know one day I'm going to sit in that chair and I'm going to fall on my ass. I know it's going to happen someday. So there's the wolf. Hopefully y'all can see that wolf. And the reason I like doing clear is because you're going to be able to see all the definition in there now. You can see all the lines cut in there. And it looks way better in clear. If you start adding colors, you miss out on a lot of detail. So that's why I like doing things out of clear, because you miss a tremendous amount of detail in color. Okay, we're going to come up here and we're going to spin this off here. Give it a little character. Like that. Get rid of the excess. I do make unique pieces every once in a while. Yeah, I don't do animals out of color. Not too often, at least. A penguin I'll do out of color. Those are pretty defined. But when you start adding in a lot of fur, it's really hard to get the detail in there. Basically creating dark and light versions of color. So that's why I don't like making anything that has a lot of fur to it in colors. I think you just lose a lot of detail. All right. So the next step here is we're going to blow this open. It's a little lopsided. I got to balance it 1 second. It is a little lopsided right now. All right, here we go. All right, we are good, and then we're going to flatten the surface. I like making the ornaments where they kind of have two flat sides to them. I think it allows you to have a lot more surface area to see things as opposed to just a round ball. I think on the round ball, you lose a lot too. So this is going to allow me to do a large surface area of color. Number one. Number two, I have not had any of these break. So this is what I'm talking about, like thin like that. They don't break very easy. For some reason, they are very, very durable. Okay, so there we are. A uranium cat. We could do a uranium cat. It would be really expensive because the uranium glass is super expensive. Yeah, it's $150 a pound just for the glass. No, I'm not doing another jellyfish right now. I'm debating on doing another jellyfish. And it would look pretty cool in uranium. Uranium jellyfish would look amazing. Wow, this thing is thick. Yeah, this thing is not gonna break. at all. So there are the colors coming through. Could I do a cookie out of glass? Yeah, actually, a cookie would be cool as hell. I would be up to doing a cookie for sure. I've done a donut. The donut actually came out really cool. It was a chocolate donut with sprinkles. I had a lot of fun putting the sprinkles on there. Yeah, squid would be really cool, right? I think a squid would be amazing. Would I make a polar bear? Yeah. Again, polar bear would be out of clear. Oh, you know, a polar bear would look good clear, but we could probably sandblast the polar bear. So give it a frosty white with sandblasting. Yeah, polar bear would be cool. Yeah, that would be fun. I think sandblasted would look really cool with it too. Kind of frost it. Felix the cat, I can't do anything. I don't know if Felix has a copyright. I don't really like to do anything that has a direct copyright. Is there a brown glass for Sasquatch? I would probably do Sasquatch out of clear and possibly fume it. So fuming is a process of adding silver, and it creates kind of yellow-brown look. It'd look really good. Okay, I gotta crank this up. This is a little soft. It's a little light flame right there. Sorry. So we're going to give this a nice little spiral here. This one's going to show a lot of color. After I do this one, we are going to do some gold and silver fuming on this, creating a chaos with gold and silver. If you have not seen that process, it is a lot of fun to watch. The process involves taking pure gold and vaporizing it in the flame, literally vaporizing it to a tiny little particles. And you take those vapors and you entrap them with clear glass. Gold turns pink and silver turns like a yellow, brownish blue. All right, we're going to reverse the direction on this one. Pull that off. All right, so we're going to take this and flatten it. Could you make something for cancer? Yes, I have done cancer ribbons. What's the biggest thing I made? I have a 4-foot solid glass sword behind me. And then my chandelier that's actually in my house is big. It's about, the chandelier that's behind me is a good size, but the one in my house is about 3 times bigger. Could I make some Tim Burton? I could make Tim Burton themed decorations. Like we have a ghosty dog, if you guys want to see Ghost Dog. All right, let's flatten this out. I'll show you the Ghost Dog. How does one genuinely get into this type of work? Message me for a lot of information on that. There's a lot to try and talk about on a live stream to get into it, but I can definitely help you get started in finding where to go and what equipment to buy, where to buy it. I don't sell any equipment myself, and I don't do any beginner lessons necessarily. But I will definitely point you in the right direction for where to learn. And how to learn. But you're going to need about $2,500 to get started. $2,500 to $3,000. Yeah, I'll show you the Ghost Dog here in a minute. I just finished one. All right, we got to put a hook on this. a little off right there. I'm gonna round it out just a little. And it's crooked, so we gotta straighten it out. Still crooked. Still crooked. And there we go. So you always want to preheat the tools too if you're using metal tools. You can thermal shock this glass. And what that's from is the glass is pretty stable, transferring about 900 degrees from 0 to 900 roughly. Anything beyond that and you could thermal shock it. And that part sucks. Christy, are you taking off? Have a good night. Thank you, Christy, for hanging out. I always appreciate seeing you in here. All right, here we go. Ready? Now look at that color pattern. Hopefully you can see that. We're going to bounce it to the other side here. So now you can see all these shimmers through it. It's definitely got some character. I didn't even get a chance to look at it myself. Wow, that side looks amazing. But there's a little bump in it. It's got a nipple on it. I don't want that on there. So there we are. I wish I could keep that glowing color. That would look amazing. That really bright red. Oh, that would be so amazing. All right, we did get rid of that little bump. It does have that Nightmare Before Christmas swirl to it. I have one of those here. So this is the Nightmare Before Christmas swirl, like that. I like that version. Let me find Ghost Dog. So this is the Ghosty Dog, like that. The ornament. Now it does hang from the ears really well. But yeah, that's Ghost Dog. We'll put him next to the wolf. Let me move Candy Cane. So we'll put Ghost Dog right here. And I'll just park the wolf right here for now. I don't know where the hell to put the wolf. There. Put a wolf right there. And my bench is getting crowded. And then this year we have these cute little boxes for the snowman heads. Man, I'm going to drop this snowman head in here. I know it. But it's got this little, like, stuff in here. Oh man, it's too dark. Anyway, it's got these little crimples in there for the snowman heads for the box this year. It's going to look fun. All right. So as promised, this is going to be the fuming portion. No, I haven't done any reindeer. I don't think I'm going to do any reindeer this year. I don't have time to do that. I'm not going to have time to get reindeer done this year. I've not done anything with Wicked or Wizard of Oz, no. Sean, thank you. How's everybody doing anyway? You can't say zero. No, I can't say zero. I have zero effects of that. I'm not doing a cookie right now. Thank you for the suggestion, but I'm on a theme tonight, and the cookie's not there. I have a direction I have to go. Semper Fi? What's up, Gowdy? How are you? What kind of silver do I fume with? 0.9999 pure Canadian maple leaf. I use gold and silver. The only coin I use for that is the Canadian maple leaf. Canada has the purest metal coins on the planet. Canada makes the best metal coins. I know I'm gonna make some Canadians proud here. How hot is the temperature? 3,800 degrees roughly Fahrenheit. Yeah, Canada has the best pure metal coins. I know. I'm in the US, but I have to give kudos to where kudos is needed. And they do have the best coins. The theme is chaos. So we are creating kind of tie-dye. I have three versions of what I described. Tie-dye. Ocean tides where like tide pools are swirling around. And then the third is I love the planet Jupiter. All the swirls on Jupiter. I love all those swirls. So those are the themes I'm going with tonight. Just really wild colors and themes. The gas is oxygen and propane. And let's play a game. Okay, all of you that know the answer, good night, Dwayne. Thank you. Have a good night, Dwayne. Come back soon, Dwayne. I miss seeing you. Let's play a game tonight. For those of you that know the answer, don't give it away. How many gallons of propane do you think I go through in a day? And a day consists of about 6 to 8 hours. How many gallons of propane do you think it would go through in a day? We'll take a guess. I definitely wear sunscreen every day. 100 gallons? Okay, there's one answer. 18? Okay, there's another answer. Have a good one. Yeah, I definitely wear sunscreen. You definitely get burned. 35, 22, 10, 36, 70, 37, 10, 40, 100, 30, 30, 15, 5, 44, 157. No, not 157. I can tell you that. 2 barbecue tanks. Okay. All right, here comes the answer. Y'all ready for it? 1.5 gallons a day is my propane consumption. 1.5 gallons a day. This torch is extremely fuel efficient for propane. However, I go through a ton of oxygen. It is about a 10-to-1 ratio of oxygen to propane. But propane-wise, it's 1.5 gallons. It's not terrible at all. It's not bad, right? I do run a liquid oxygen, yes. I have an oxygen concentrator, but I'm selling it. I want to make room for a lathe, so I'm back on liquid. You said 3, but you were talking double shift? Yeah. So, yeah, it's 1.5 gallons. Definitely oxygen is your bigger expense. Yeah, oxygen's your bigger expense. Now, for me, it's not too bad. A liquid tank cost me about $135 to have filled. All right, so we got all this white running around. Is there anything I would make for any reason? Yeah, there are a couple things I don't make. Yeah, there are a few things I don't do. Okay. So, and I go through about a liquid oxygen once a week. I go through about 1 liquid a week. All right, we're going to add gold on here. This is an amazing process. If you've not seen it done before, it is really cool. The process is taking pure gold, vaporizing it in the flame, and having the flame act as a conduit to carry the gold to the clear glass or the colored up here. So here we go. Yeah, I don't do I don't do any toys. That's all I'm gonna say. Toys. Especially I had someone ask for their husband to be incorporated into the toy, in a glass toy with ashes. And I said no, I won't do it. I would not do that in any respect. All right, so we're gonna heat up the I don't know, Gowdy. I'm thinking about it. So we're going to vaporize this gold, and this is going to be fun. We're going to get it really golden. Oop, don't you fall. It goes a little crazy after a minute. Okay, so this is the gold fume now. Hopefully you all can see that color having done that. What I make, I do a lot with ashes. I do a tremendous amount with ashes. I just won't put it into a toy. I won't do it. I'm not going to do it. I refuse. And I was offered a lot of money to do it. I said no. And then I was offered a lot of money to make one in a replica of a rock star's exact organ. And I said no to that too. Not going to happen. Okay, so we got the color on there. We're going to add a little bit of this shimmer. And we're just going to do a little bit of it all the way around. Yeah, I didn't want to make an exact replica out of glass. Not going to happen. Don't care. Where's the cool music I'm jamming late at night? So this music is called StreamBeats. It's by a YouTube artist on here. He does a lot of tech reviews named Harris Heller or Senpai Gaming. The music is from his company called StreamBeats. If you click on my description, you will find StreamBeats in the description. I always give shout outs to it because he does not, there's no copyright on it. He lets creators use the music for free. You know him? Yeah. Harris Heller is an amazing content creator. All right, so we're going to do this all the way down. We're going to trap all that gold and white and shimmer in here, and hopefully we get a badass color combo of this. So this will have a very pink background to it, like a little pink emphasis here. We may have to add more gold to it. I don't know yet. But yeah, so this is called StreamBeats, and there is a large portfolio of music available, and there are no copyright strikes against using it. I listen to a lot of different music for sure, but I can't play it on here without getting a copyright infringement. So I have to use copyright-free music, and StreamBeats is amazing for that. Yeah, content creation is hard. It's super hard for all that. Spade, thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. Okay, so we got all this running through. We're going to start blending it. What's up, Mickey? How are you? How you been? Good to see you. What happens if you do zigzags? Well, if I'm on Etsy, I get my account flagged. Etsy took my item off, a Christmas ornament and a memorial, because I had the word zigzag in there. I created it as a pattern, and Etsy took my damn my items off, saying it was a bad item because I mentioned the word zigzag. I was like, really? Yeah, because zigzag, zigzags. And so, yeah, they thought it was wigwag. It's just stupid how they did that. So they took all my items off that had the term zigzag in it, because I called it zigzag. And I meant it as a pattern, zigzag, not anything else. Okay, so we have the normal stripes running around, and we are blending all these colors in. So I'm trying to get it this one's gonna hopefully kind of have that Jupiter look. That's the way, exactly. Do I do any local shows? I don't do any local shows. I don't do any shows. Well, I take that back. I do one show once a year at a lavender farm. And they have this really cool setup. It's a small show. I don't want to do anything big. I personally do not like being in big crowds. I do not like being in big crowds at all. I like smaller venues. So, yeah, I wouldn't want to do a big show. But I love live streaming, so that's the cool part. What's an oxygen concentrator? A concentrator is a device that pulls oxygen out of the air and concentrates it down into a pure form. Well, it's pretty close to pure. It's about 96% pure. So it just pulls oxygen out of the air and condenses it into a form that I can use for the flame. It's a big-ass machine, too. The glasses I'm using are the Meta Ray-Bans, and they are fitted with didymium lenses. Actually, I'll show you what didymium is. What's my favorite piece with the most sentiment to me? That's probably one of my swords or daggers. I love the swords and daggers. I got a couple pieces here I can show in a little bit. All right, so this is what my glasses are. So I'm going to bring this in, and you can see now we're filtering out that bright flame like that. You can kind of see through the flame like that versus that. I can't hold it too long. It gets hot. But that's what my glasses do. I know it looks like the start of a rose, but it's going to be a really cool ass ornament. It should have this Jupiter swirl look. Like the planet. By the time we get done, it should have a really cool pattern. It is essentially just like finger painting with, if you ever had finger paints as a kid, and you just kind of made blobs, same thing. Just kind of running all the way through, just at 3,000 degrees. I just have a little bit right here to do. I can see part of the straight line in here, and I don't want any straight lines left. Okay, we're all good. Yeah, this is one of my favorite pieces. I keep bringing it out, but I have to remember not everybody has seen it, so I have new people all the time. This is one of my favorites. This is a 19-inch dagger with a dragon head on it. One side has a sandblasted side, and then the other side has a polished side. So you can have shiny or matte. So you can hang it on the wall and have a shiny side or a matte side. And then the blade is pretty good. The blade was the hardest part. Damn it. I need to take a drink. See, I like green. I like a little green. Okay. I gotta blow this open. I got a little wobbly. Okay. No, I did not cold work the blade. I actually shaped that one. I probably, if I do another one, would cold work it. I would have to buy something to cold work it with, though. I don't have anything that could cold work that size. And then my 4-foot sword does not have as detailed a blade. It's pretty blunt. After I do this, I can bring out the 4-foot sword. If you guys want to see it, just type 1 in the chat. That way it lets me know that you want to see the larger sword. That one's only 19 inches. The other one is 49 inches. So I can bring that back out. I used to have them hanging on my wall, but TikTok made me take them down saying they were weapons. So I had to take it down, and I haven't figured out how to put them up there without it being flagged as a weapon. All right, so I'm trying to shrink this down a little bit so that when we blow it out, it has a lot of durability to it. All right, yeah, we'll bust out the sword. Let me finish this up. We got about another 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Count it down. 3 minutes to go. Now for the larger sword, I had to crossfire 2 of these torches. I had to crossfire 2 torches into each other. So I had a big enough flame to be able to make it, because one particular flame would not be big enough to make it. So we ran a crossfire dual torch setup for it. It was pretty hot too. That's the one time I did have to wear gloves. I've done one chess set, and it was okay. It wasn't like my best work, though. Thank you for the jewels, the thumbs up. Thank you so much for all the jewels. I appreciate all that. Okay, so we're going to grab this, pop a little hole in it. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Have to have that hole in there. If you do not have that hole, I would not be able to finish this. All right, so you can definitely see those swirls happening on there. I am really liking this piece. Let's get rid of this green. Can you not show alcohol on TikTok? What about alcohol? I don't do any alcohol. Okay, we're going to put a little punchy here, like that. Okay, so we're going to burn this off. And then put a little hook on it, and it will be done. And then we'll grab the sword. This is a Christmas ornament. I'm doing them kind of like tie-dye, ocean swirls, or the planet Jupiter. All those like fun, funky swirls. Nothing that has a particular pattern to it. And that's what I'm kind of working with right now. I just want to create chaos ornaments. And this one is looking absolutely outstanding. I didn't think this would look that good. I thought it'd be cool, but not this cool. And here we go. We're going to shrink it all down. Bring it down this way. flatten it out. I'll use the shield here so you all can see how you can see in there. So that's how I'm seeing everything. It cuts all that really bright crap out. Like that. Then we're going to use gravity to push most of it in. I'll use this to kind of help it along if I need to. Sometimes I get it right off the bat. I don't have to monkey with it. Yeah, I think we're good. I don't need the paddle. Now we just have to put a hook on it. Yeah, I'll be done with this in just a minute. Then we'll grab the medieval blade. So the sword I made, I was trying to model it after a medieval sword. Unfortunately, the blade is kind of dull. It's not sharp like the small one. But the handle and the hilt basically is epic. Well, Fred, I got that one on the first try. Then just tap it off. I'm pretty happy with this. I think it looks good. I'm going to use the light. We'll do this and then we'll grab the sword. So now, hopefully you can see the pink in there. We got all these really cool colors bouncing through it. Definitely on this side. Oh, come on. It's hard to hold it. Maybe we got it this way. Hopefully you see some of those pinks and colors running through. It's an epic looking color. I'm very happy with this. Hell yeah. That looks good. All right, let's grab a sword. Let's grab the little tiny baby sword. And here we go. So I do have to sit way, way, way back here to capture it because it's too big to fit in the camera otherwise. But that is the little baby sword. Okay. So that is the full length of it. It is 49 inches. I can bring it closer in here so you can see the hilt. Everything on here is solid except for this little bobble at the end here, this little bubble spot. That is hollow. But everything else is solid. And I did a really nice twisty in here, brought it down, twisted. Had a good time with this. I love the twisties and the spirals and all that fun stuff. But yeah, that is the little sword. But yeah, I have to sit way back here to get it in the camera. But it used to hang up here, way back here, and TikTok made me take it down. I'm gonna put it back. I'm gonna find a spot for it though. I'm gonna just put it up, and if they I need to definitely find another spot to put it up there. Yeah, that's a little baby sword. Yeah, yeah, that's one of my favorite pieces. Yeah, that was the Crossfire for 2 GTTs. I had 2 Mirages at the time, crossfired in. Yeah, at the time they didn't have a Kabuki when I did that. They had Mirage and Delta. Yeah, that's what I was going for, was kind of like a Game of Thrones style. Thank you. Yeah, that's what I like doing it. The 80s called, they want their quiz. Yeah, I'm an 80s child, so if you don't like it, bye. Go. I'm going to use my 80s style. I don't care. I'm unapologetic of how I speak. I'm absolutely unapologetic. Okay, let's go. At least I can still remember my phone number from the 80s. That's something that kind of crazy. What's up, Andy? Can't remember where the hell I put my car keys, but I can remember my phone number from my childhood. Can I make ribbon candy? Not right now, but we'll put that on the schedule maybe for tomorrow. Is tomorrow Friday? I think tomorrow's Friday, right? Yeah, I am definitely from the 80s. Yeah, I am definitely from the 80s. Okay, we'll do some Funky Friday then. Yeah, we'll do some Funky Friday. Yeah. Hey, the way I look at it, you know, if the damn water coming out of the garden hose didn't kill me, I'm doing good. So, our life is good. You're born in 2022? No. You know, I had garden hose immunity, inoculation via garden hose. I remember my number. So it's not my phone number anymore, so I could actually say it. So it was a Bay Area phone number back in the day when the Bay Area of California only had like one area code. And it was a 415 area code in the Bay Area. And the only way I remembered it, and the only way I still remember it, okay? I'm just going to I'm going to put it out there. You guys take it for whatever you want. So it's 415-489-5855. Oh, I know the number. I'm trying to say it properly. 5 effing 803. Effing. So just add the F word in there. 558 effing 803. So that's how I always remembered the number. I had to throw a swear word in there. Yeah, the 415 area code. That's back in the day. The Bay Area only had one area code back then. And it was a 415. And then they started splitting them all off. Yeah, 415-489-5803. And throw in an F word in between the 8 and the in there. And that's how I remembered it. Do I know Jenny's number? 8675309? Of course. But I can't remember where the hell my car keys are or what I ate for dinner. I just can't. Priorities, right? All right, here we go. We don't do any politics or religion in here. Zero politics or religion. None whatsoever. Don't allow it. This is a super dark red. I'm experimenting with this red. We're going to throw in some red and just white. We're going to kind of do that swirly stuff. Yeah, we don't do any politics or religion. This is like the safe place to come and just chill without politics or religion. Oh, yeah. Why does everybody think the Bay Area is there? All right, here we go. Yeah, we don't do politics. No politics, no religion. At all. All right, we're swirling this around. Oh, man. All right, so we got two different colors bouncing through here. We got the red and the white. I might have to do more white on here. I'm not sure. The red's pretty dominant on this. How do my hands not hurt? I'm just used to it. Yeah, I've been doing this so long. I will say one of the things I attribute the ability to still have full use of my hands and no arthritis is I'm still gaming to this day. So I still game all the time. And I think the dexterity of using keyboard, mouse, or controller has helped me not get arthritic and has kept all my, I guess, my functionality of my hands pretty safe. So I always tell people, I think gaming, I don't like it when people rip on for like the younger generation gaming. I say go for it. Have fun with it. Don't let anybody tell you what the hell to do. All right, we got this super red. I'm going to add one more layer of it. Well, I'm a little slower paced these days. I'm just kind of chilling on the Star Citizen or WoW. Those are pretty much the only go-tos for me. I do occasionally dive into Helldivers. Occasionally it's a Helldivers, but not too much on that. Yeah, it's definitely good for your brain activity and the hand-eye coordination. That's why I said, I don't like it when there are people that criticize the younger generation for playing games, especially VR or something. I'm like, leave them alone. It's helped me a tremendous amount. Let them do their thing. All right, we're going to stripe this around. I don't want to get all political. It's great for brain and hand-eye coordination. I agree 100%. Back in the day when like Halo 3 was out, oh, I loved Halo 3. Oh my God. I didn't like a headshot coming off from a 10-year-old, but I had to deal with it. When I'd get nuked by a 10-year-old, oh man, that was embarrassing. But I still had fun. I didn't care. Okay, so here we go. We got all this running around here. Get Battlefield 6. Everybody said Battlefield 6 is good. I just don't have anybody to play with on it. I know you don't need anybody, but having people around is kind of fun. Okay, so we're going to start spiraling all this all over the place. After your stroke, gaming was huge? Really? That helped you a lot? I did not even think about that. All right, so we got to create these lots of crazy swirls. But yeah, I think gaming has helped me evolve with glassblowing. There's a lot of different things that I've used with glassblowing to learn. I took a cake decorating class. So cake decorating helped me with patterns for glassblowing. That's how I learned how to do some patterns, is from learning how to do cakes. So cross platforms, if you will. Yeah, I'll have to check out Battlefield 6. I could play COD with you? Oh, I would love it, man. I just understand I'm, not very good. All right, here we go. So we're creating that little chaotic pattern again. Now this is just red and white though. Yeah, I think a couple hours would be fun. Oops, crap. But yeah, I encourage people, especially at an older age like me, to get out there and learn to play a few things. I think like WoW is probably one of the easiest games in the world to adapt to. Yeah, cake decorating was a hell of a lot of fun. And then when you got done cake decorating, you got to eat the damn stuff. I was like, this does not suck. You get to make something cool and then you get to eat it. Like this, I can't eat. Damn it. All right, let's get the swirl done. I'm just sitting here jibber jabbering, and I'm not working. We got to get some work done. You guys want to see some glass done, not me just jabbering. So the red I used on here is a new red for me. It is, so my red has 3 versions. There's light red Elvis. Yes, the glass is named Elvis. And then there's red Elvis, normal. And then there's dark red Elvis. I had not used dark red Elvis before like this. And so I'm trying out dark red Elvis and seeing what the color looks like. But how could you go wrong with the name Elvis? That's like the most epic color name you could have. Red Elvis. Okay. It looks good too. I'm actually pretty happy with this. I know, right? Red Elvis. It's an easy name to remember too. Just so long as nobody names something Diddy. I won't buy that. All right, so we're gonna pull this off up here. There we go. Pop that in there. All right, so now we got all this color running around. This is starting to look pretty cool. I really didn't think it was going to be good. Name of the... I'm trying to see what you're saying. Physical... I can't see. How you doing, Red Squeak? I didn't say hi to you tonight. How you doing, Red Squeak? We got Dragonfly, Red Squeak, and Grove's Glass Gallery. They are some moderators on here. Dragonfly and Grove's Glass Gallery are learning glassblowing. They're progressing very well. I always encourage people to follow them. If you've not done glassblowing and you want to see what it's like to learn, follow their accounts so that you can watch the progress and you can see what it's like to progress through glassblowing. It's a pretty rare experience to see that. And Red Squeak, hold on. has been hanging with me in glassblowing for a long time and brought some of the most amazing cheesecakes I've ever had. Absolutely stunning, amazing cheesecake. Red Squeak makes amazing cheesecake. I love cheesecake. Look at me. You can tell I love cheesecake. Okay, here we go. So this is going to be interesting. Watch this color as we have it out here. You're going to see it start to get more and more red. Yeah, I do like it. Exactly. Yeah, I'm exactly where I'm at. So glass doesn't transfer heat like metal. So name one of accounts one more time. The grasshoppers? I'm not following you on that. Oh, Grove's Glass Gallery and Dragonfly. Dragonfly is one of the moderators in here. Thank you for the jewels, by the way. Who sent that? Ain't Scared. That's a cool name, actually. I like the way you did that. Pumpkin cheesecake? Yeah. Damn it. I let this go bad. Hold on. I got to fix it. I flattened it and then let it waffle out. Okay, so we got to pop a little hole in here. Always have to have what I call an exhaust port. It's basically an area for the hot air to escape so you can finish a piece like this. So there is the hole for it. Now, when I go to put the hook on, it'll hide it. But without that little hole there, there's nowhere for the hot air to go. So as you start, once you seal this tube off and you start adding hot air back into it, it will start expanding because hot air expands. I don't know if they're talking about Glasshopper. Not sure. All right, we're going to bring it in here. And boom. Yeah, Glasshopper makes some pretty cool stuff, though. I have to admit. His stuff is pretty awesome. For glassblowing, it is Dragonfly Creation and Grove's Glass Gallery. You can send me a message and I will link them to you, or I'll send them to you. So they are learning, and they're both doing really fantastic. And I think it's cool to be able to watch someone progress in their glass career. So if you've been interested in wanting to learn this, you come in and you watch someone that is learning, and then you get a good idea of what it's like to learn this. And it's a rare opportunity because not a lot of people want to show you their work as they're learning because it's not exactly perfect. But I think that's the beauty in it, that it's not perfect. And they're showing you the progress, and they're not scared to say, hey, yeah, this is what it looks like when you learn. I'm currently trying to compile a list of people around the nation, and at least in the US, that you could go do what's called a glass experience with, where you go in and you spend 2.5 hours and you make like a mushroom or an ornament or something. It's not necessarily learning glassblowing, but you get to experience glassblowing. So I'm trying to compile a list of glassblowers from all the corners all over the place, and then you could go do it. You could actually experience the glassblowing yourself safely. You know, I would only endorse people that I know aren't going to endanger you. All right, we're going to flatten. I think this red came out really good. I'm pretty happy. I was a little worried about this. Dark Red Elvis. I was kind of worried it was going to be oversaturated. So the red is looking pretty fantastic. And it's just red and white with clear. So there are no other colors to this. And I think it looks good. We're going to attach a little hook here. So that hole that I made earlier is now covered up with this hook that I just applied. So at the very end, I can cover the majority of that hole up. I kind of leave a little sliver, but you won't really see it. But that's how we hide it. We bring it back in. I'm melting all that in. Make sure we're straight. Yeah, actually, that's a millimeter off. It'll bug me. I just can't do it. It'll bug me if I don't fix it. It definitely bugged me. And pop. So tomorrow night we are going to be streaming here too. We're going to do some Freaky Friday streaming. Any Zodiac or Chinese Zodiac? No, not yet. I have not done that. Yeah, I have not done that at all. Yeah, I do like this color. The Red Elvis, Dark Red Elvis looks really good. What's up, Mickey? You're still here. I'm happy. Good to see you, Mickey. Chef Spud. How could you not like the name Chef Spud? Let's bring the flashlight out and I'll show you what we're looking at here. So now you can see all the reds popping in there. It definitely has that cool look to it. Man, I really like that. Look at that. Can you see the pattern in there? That looks better than I ever anticipated. Yeah, that looks way better than I thought it would turn out to be. Yeah, I think that's just red and white too. I didn't do anything exotic with it. All right, let me put these two little rods together right now. It's just going to take a second. So while I got a minute, I will show you a little bit more detail what my glasses do with the flame and how they filter out a lot of the sodium flare that you see in the camera. The lenses that I use are called didymium. Didymium is it's used a lot in camera work, like on something like an ND filter, kind of like that. But they call it a color enhancing glass. All right, let me move this out of the way a little bit. Get Mr. Jellyfish out of the way. Get the ghost dog out. Cool. Okay. Now I'll have more room. So this is the filter here. Okay. See how I turned purple with it? And that's why I don't use a filter while glassblowing, because everything is purple. So I'm going to show you how it filters out the light. So first things first, everybody always says the flame is white, but when you put the filter up, it kind of gives it a little bit more of a blue effect. Okay, we're going to bring in the glass now. So there's the filter. And you can see a little bit of that rod transferring through there versus that. So you can definitely see how it's taking out a lot of that bright light. Now when I turn it down a little, it's going to show it even more. You're going to see a lot more drastic change of that versus that. So that's what I see. Now my glasses have one extra layer on them. They're a welding shade number 3, so it's a tiny bit darker than this too. But that's what I see. That's how I can do this all day and not see spots. A Man of War? Yeah, a Man of War would actually be kind of cool, to be honest. There's a lot of different items that I want to make. I really want to make a Bigfoot. I think a Bigfoot would be really cool. There's just a lot on my list that I want to do. I've had like all these different items I've been thinking about for a very long time. I really want to make, I'm going to mess up the name. It's called an axolotl. I really want to make the axolotl. An axolotl would be freaking awesome. Because I like all the different colors of an axolotl. I think I messed up the name. Am I saying it right? If anybody knows in chat how the hell to say that name, let me know if it's said correctly. Yeah, Bigfoot would be really cool. So the Bigfoot would have a, let me just get this out of the way, okay? And I'll explain what this is. Do I have any room? I'm out of room here. So the wolf is a good example. So when you go to carve fur into an item, you want to be able to use a knife, and you come through and you just, while the glass is hot, you come through and you just carve into it. And if you take your time, you can add in a lot of detail into any item and simulate that fur like that. So you want to go in and just kind of carve into it like this and not have to use any color. Have I tried making an, oh, I've definitely made octopus. I just made an octopus not too long ago. All right, so we're going to do something that if you've not seen it, it's a lot of fun. It's called silver fuming, and we're going to create a little bit of a chaos with silver fume. So the silver is pure silver. It's 0.9999 pure. And basically what we do is we superheat the metal, and it almost turns like a vapor, a gas. Zala, very little, not too many. So we superheat it, it turns almost to a gas. And it's going to use the flame as a conduit to fly from one point, the tip of the flame, all the way to the blank tube up here. And it's going to coat it, basically silver plated. And we're going to take that, we're going to add it in. And it's going to create this milky blue yellow glass. Hopefully we do it correctly and get a really nice outstanding color through it. But we're going to use silver fume and that dark red Elvis by itself, just silver fume and red Elvis. I'm kind of curious to see what the hell it looks like. This is red Elvis, yeah. I think it'll be a good combo. Axolotl. Okay, yeah, I have a hard time saying that. But wouldn't that be a really, really cool item to make? I think they're cool little animals. Does anybody want to see my self-portrait that I did? I was really, really young, but I made a self-portrait. If type 1 in the chat if you want to see a self-portrait out of glass. You want to see a self-portrait? Okay, I'm really young. I did it when I was really young though. Where am I from? I'm from my mother. Where are you from? All right, let me grab it. Okay, this is my self-portrait of my earliest age. There it is. That's me when I was really, really, really young. So, like that. There you go. That's me super, super young. What's up, Mickey? Thank you, Mickey. You're from Norway. What's up? How you doing? North Carolina. Welcome in. All right, let's do the silver. Let's do this. Okay, so we got a lot of silver on the end of this rod, and we're going to use that. And we're going to transfer the silver from the tip of this flame up to this tube. So this tube is going to completely change. Ready? And 3, 2, 1. We're going to superheat. It's going to start melting right now, and it's very fast process. It does not take long. And just like that, we have magic. So it completely coated the tubing like that. So that process is called silver fuming, and that's what color silver makes black. So like a caramel or a yellow, brown, butterscotch looking colors have a lot of silver in them. See, that's why I'd never go on the show Blown Away, because if they said something like that, that's probably the type of crap I would make. I'd make a sperm on national TV, and then they'd kick me off. All right, let's go. We're going to spiral this red on here. Have I ever lit my hair on fire? No. It looks like it has, but no, I've never lit my hair on fire. I've burned my hair on the hand and my wrist, but not on my head. No, my dad actually had his hair on fire from glassblowing. My mom was laughing her ass off. She thought it was funny. It wasn't like super Michael Jackson flames. It was more like it was puffing smoke, like sending smoke signals. But my mom was laughing her ass off at that time. Because it wasn't like Michael Jackson fire. Yeah, Redski, she was. It was just a little poof of air, smoke coming out. Okay, so now we got the red Elvis all the way around. Yeah, both my mother and father did glassblowing, correct. I first encountered the torch at about 7 or 8, somewhere in that. I don't remember exactly the age, but I was either 7 or 8, right around that time. Somewhere in that range. But I didn't get to do anything cool. I was more like child labor. I had to do all the grunt work. I had to do all, everybody else was picking weeds. I had to put glass rods back together. So I had a whole different list of chores. I used to sit there and beg to go out and pull weeds. Okay, let's go. But yeah, so I started right around 8. And that's where that self-portrait kind of thing came in. So my very first item I was trying to make were little snakes and worms. And they came out looking like sperms. And so everybody was laughing. I'm 8 years old. I don't know what the hell a sperm is. and all the adults were laughing at my snake. All right. So that was kind of fun back then. All right, so we got all the colors spiraled around. We striped it down. We're going to create that chaos look. Now I'm hoping the silver fuming with the red creates this very transparent milky blue color with this. If I did it right, we should get some pretty amazing transformations. So if you are familiar with the like 420 industry and glass, you will have heard the term color changing glass. Color changing glass is silver fumed, like I just did there, incorporated into the glass. So that's what creates the color changing effect. It used to be really, really top secret back in the day, but now it's very, very open. I think everybody on the planet that's a glass blower knows how to silver fume. It's a very common technique now. All right, so we're going to keep going all the way around. Just bringing it up. And if you are watching and you're enjoying the stream, please do me a favor and hit follow on TikTok or subscribe on YouTube. It would help me go a long way. It would really help me. How many hours do I do this? 6 to 8 hours. It's 6 to 8 hours a day. Now, Christmas is coming up, and I will probably be at it 8 to 10 because Christmas happens and you just have to totally focus on getting orders out. So I will be immersed in glass blowing 8 to 10 hours probably a day during Christmas. Chameleon glass? What about it? Okay, there we go. Okay, we're going to bring it out. And last little bit of blending here, I'm hoping. And there we are. We're looking good. Yeah, everything's blended. All right, we're looking good. What's up, Boxy Sacks? How are ya? Grace, how are ya? Deadhead, thank you. Greetings from Quebec. Welcome in. All right, so now we have all this done here. Do I deliver to the UK? Yep, I sure do. I send everything outside of the US. I use DHL mostly. They've been pretty reliable for me to use. But yeah, definitely ship anywhere. Hot damn! Thank you for liking the jelly. All right, so we're going to spin this up right at here. Now, I'm hoping we have a really nice color changing effect on this. If I did it right, we're going to have some amazing color out of this. Heard of the Glass Project? If so, have you heard? No, I have not. Heard of the Glass Float Project. These are not regular sunglasses. These are called didymium, and they filter out certain light spectrums like this. See? Not so bright. So that's why I wear these. And number two, I want to make sure I have glasses on for any glass shards flying. You know, you don't want it flying in your eye. Borosilicate glass, yes. That is what I'm using. Okay, so we're going to blow this out into an ornament. A little bit. I got to bring it down a little. I got to shrink it down. Okay, and then we're going to flatten that surface out a little. I don't know if the color changing effect happened in here. I'm hoping it did. Won't know for a minute. But there we are. We got some of the colors running through. Have I heard of Imagine Museum in St. Pete? No, I have not. Yeah, could be. That's my durability test. There you go. Wow, that got really red. Look how red that got. Rhode Island, what's happening? How many projects? What project? Right now we're just creating chaos ornaments. Deadhead, have a good one. Thank you. Yeah, we're just creating like these chaos ornaments. I don't want a particular pattern. I want multiple patterns just running through, like finger painting. Kind of like a tie-dye shirt effect or the planet Jupiter. That's what I'm trying to go for. I want those really, really cool spirally effects. You can see this one very much has that Jupiter effect. It definitely has the right colors. Okay, we're going to come through and we're going to attach a little punty right here. Then we're going to burn it off here. So I got to kick it up a notch. All right, now we'll start separating this. We're going to give it a nice spiral. Like that. Oh man, that spiral looks amazing. It looks really cool as hell. I'm going to flatten it out a little, but got a nice spiral to it. Yeah, the jellyfish ornament is awesome. We made that last night on the live stream. We did like 3 versions. I'll show you the bad version of it. It looks a lot like a mushroom. It did not come out the way I was hoping. All right, so we're going to smooth that out and then put a little hook on it. And this one will be completed. We're going to shine a light on this. So when we shine the light on this, we should get a blue tint to it. Have I made anything out of sea glass? No, sea glass is a totally different type of glass. It's not compatible with what I do. The glass that I use is called borosilicate. It is commonly referred to as Pyrex. Could I make bulletproof glass? Not really. A lot of people don't know that bulletproof glass actually has layers of plastic in it. Same thing with your car windshield. and the windshield of your car, you actually have a layer of plastic in between there. That's why the glass does not shatter in an accident or like explode, because the plastic is holding it together. It's a plastic material. I don't know the exact plastic composition, but there is a layer of plastic in it. Like when you get a windshield chip and they do the windshield chips, that's what's filling it in. It's like a UV plastic filler. All right, I am looking this a lot. Yeah. All right, let's hope we can get a cool color up out of it. What's up with all the garbage? I don't know what you're talking about. What garbage you talking about? All right. Let's see if we got the changing. I don't know. We're going to hope for a color changing effect to it. Going to come way out here. Oh, yeah. Can you all see the colors coming through? Oh, hell yeah. So we got the red, and then all the other combo in there is the silver. That one. It's a hella hard to hold with these tweezers, though. There. Yeah, I like this color combo. It's definitely a winner. And that couldn't be the most, that's like the most simple of color combos in there. What would the price on that be? I think those are like 25 bucks or something. Something like that one wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, it goes into what's called a kiln or an oven, very commonly referred to as ceramic ovens. This was the jellyfish, by the way. Here it is. So this was my first attempt at the jellyfish last night. This one sucks. This thing is just awful. And I'll move the wolf out of the way. Yeah, this one just, no, this one's pretty horrible. This looks like dog crap. I like the color on the top. I like this color up here. But the actual whole thing looks like, now the color looks really good right there. In fact, it's got a big ass crack in it. Holy crap, it did crack. Let me double check that. Yeah, it definitely did a crack in there. That sucks. So yeah, you can definitely see the colors coming through. But yeah, let's see. There. Now I don't have to worry about selling it. That's one way to make sure you don't sell it. No, it was pretty cracked. I didn't want to try and fix it. If I break it like that, I have no chance of fixing it. Yeah, this one came out really nice. I'll shine the light on that one more time here. That one came out really nice. And the tentacles actually sparkle. They have a multicolor changing to them. They're like, this one I'm very happy with. Yeah, that one I like. But yeah, occasionally I'll take an item like that jellyfish mushroom that was cracked there. I'll take it and I'll break it so I don't try and fix it. It stops me from having to do that. Yep, I will sell this jellyfish for sure. Yeah, so the broken glass that I did right there, I recycle it. So the recycle goes into this stuff here. This is called frit. And basically it is ground up glass that is like the size of sea salt. No, I didn't like that mushroom jellyfish, but it was cracked. So it would have eventually broke if I didn't repair it. And that particular crack that was in it, I think it would have continued to crack. I don't think it would have been one that would have gone away. So that's why I chose to break it. I didn't want to try and fix it. I'm too worried that it would eventually have a problem. Okay, so we're going to make a peppermint stick real quick. I got to get one of these done. But I'm going to try it with the... Do I have regular red up here? I hope so. Maybe I don't. Yeah, of course. I don't know yet. Just message me on the price. I don't know what to go for on it. I kind of have to look at materials, and I got to go back and watch the video of me making it and see how long it took. I know that the first one always takes longer than, you know, the second, third, and fourth, and so on. But I need to look at time-wise how long it took. And then I could give you more of a definite answer. But yeah, I can definitely will sell this one. It's a pain in the butt to wrap, though. What's the temperature of the glass? I need to get the glass to about 2,800 degrees Fahrenheit, somewhere around 2,800. I'll ship anywhere in the world that it is legal to ship. No, it wouldn't be too fragile, just have to pack it up right. Like you would not, on these tentacles, you would not want to use bubble wrap. You would want to use some type of tissue paper around it, like a, not like blow your nose tissue paper, but a wrapping tissue paper. You want to leave it loose. Bubble wrap would get in between all those tentacles and stick, and then when you pull the bubble wrap off, you have a potential of pulling one of the tentacles off. So you'd want to wrap it in the tissue paper and build up the tissue paper about as wide as the jellyfish top, and then you could bubble wrap it. You could bubble wrap it after that point. But initially, yeah, you wouldn't want to use bubble wrap. It'd be pretty strong. Yeah, that wouldn't be a problem, packing it to ship. Okay, we're striping all the way down and around. So this next item I'm going to do, we're going to make a peppermint stick. I'm doing a lot of candy themes this year, so I want to make the peppermint stick. And so we're going to use just white and red. Am I single? Nope. I am not. Okay, here we go. I'm going to show you the trippiest thing on the planet with the colors. So here we go. This is why it's trip. If you have not seen this before, keep your eye right there. So watch the red come into play here. It's going to start striking up right about now. 3, 2, 1, and you're going to see it start morphing back to red. Like that. It is one of the trippiest colors to ever work with. It's both good and bad. The bad part is, as you start working it, it goes completely transparent. It goes just like clear. So if you put this color on first, it's very hard to tell where it is. So when you start applying other colors, you could accidentally overlap it. So I always try and make red the very last color I apply on any of my projects. Because of that, you know, funky nature of it. It just goes completely bananas with that. Okay. Are we all the way around? We are all the way around, so we got it striped all the way. Is this hobby expensive? No, the red is not super expensive. Ali, thank you. Expensive is relative, okay, to your own situation. I'll tell you what expenses and what to expect if you want to get into it. You need about $2,500 to $3,000 for your initial equipment, okay, your starter set. Once you have your starter set, you have to budget about $300 to $500 a month for learning. That means oxygen, propane, glass, electricity, all that stuff is a monthly expense because as you learn, you're going to be going through glass. And not a lot of it in the beginning will be sellable. So it's going to be throwaway, essentially. I definitely work with uranium glass all the time. That's what I have a little chunky monkey butt right there. See, watch. This is uranium glass for anybody asking. That is that bright, bright green right there. That is uranium. Kind of like kryptonite. But anyway, so you want to budget about $300 to $500 a month for practice and learning. So just because you get your initial setup, you're not done. You definitely need to budget monthly for glassblowing. Do I use psychedelics? No. I'm pretty freaking boring, to be honest. I don't drink. I don't do anything. I'm kind of scared what would happen if my mind got on something. I'm pretty warped as it is. So adding any enhancers might be a little dangerous. I don't need any help. I need zero help. My mind's always working. I couldn't imagine. I would be a little worried. Okay, so we're going to bring it here. I don't have any problem with people enjoying their lives, so I am not a prude. To me, people are welcome to do whatever they want with their life. I am not going to judge anyone. But for me personally, no. Okay, I made this way too freaking big. Might get two out of this. So this is the peppermint stick. Watch the red come all the way down. You're going to see it get more and more red. Look at that. Yeah, I definitely used way too much glass on this. All right, let's put a little hook on it. So this year, one of the themes I'm working on is a candy theme. So we're doing ribbon candy, lollipops, peppermint swirls, peppermint sticks, all kinds of different candy ornaments. I think it'll be kind of a cool theme to have this year. And then the other thing we're kind of doing is like a darker Christmas, black, white, ghosty dogs, fun, whimsical. Just kind of different themes this year. If you want just a regular Santa, I'm probably not the guy to go to this year for that. I'm not going to be creating normal. That's definitely not me. I am wearing my POV glasses. I'm just not using them in that Okay, so I made this way too big, but we're going to cut this off and we're going to create a little part right here. Yeah, I am wearing the Meta Ray-Bans. I'm just not using them in the POV form right now. Okay, we're going to set that off to the side. Trim this up a little. So now we got a little peppermint stick ornament. I love this. It's very basic, but it's freaking cool. And then we're going to take that little scrap here and we're going to turn it to probably a candy cane. I made too much, so we're going to use it up. No, we're not going to do a normal candy cane. We're going to do a twisted peppermint stick. We're going to do a twisty, like completely wild. So we're going to kind of really twist this whole thing up. And then I'm going to try and bend it into little swirls. Let me just get this little bit tapered down here. So we're just going to keep pulling it down. Like that. Okay, so this will all be red. There will be red stripes in here. But for right now, we're going to heat the whole thing up and I'm going to try and give it some bends. So instead of a straight peppermint stick, we just kind of made a bendy one. I'm just going to come over here. I'm going to separate this. This will be cool right here. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Pop that open. Like that. Then we'll put a little hook on it. Not bad for a little scrap piece of glass. So I take items like this and I just throw them in boxes when someone makes a purchase. Not everybody gets one or something. I just throw them in random boxes. So this is not an item I will produce for sale. It's just kind of a little bonus piece. But I don't want to throw the glass away, so we'll make stuff like this and I just throw them in random boxes. It's like a Christmas for Christmas. And then we're going to come over here. Separate it right there. So yeah, this is the type of stuff I just throw into normal, like, giveaways. Just to have some fun. Okay. Yeah, just throw a little hook on it. Yeah, that's right. That's kind of what I do. All right. It has been, how long have I been streaming for? Holy crap. 2.5 hours. So time for me to take a break. I'm probably going to have to hit the sack, get some rest. I really want to say thank you to the mods. First of all, my mods are always taking care of me. I appreciate you very much. Thank you very much. And then everybody that's been watching and commenting, and thank you for making my night better. I do really appreciate the comments and the talking and just chatting with me. It helps me a lot socially. So I really, really appreciate all of you. Truly, I mean it. It makes my night so much better, and my work time a lot better. So TikTok, I'm going to sign off. Thank you. Red Squeak, have a good night. I'm going to sign off there. And I'm going to come to YouTube. YouTube, thank you very much for hanging with me. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. And come check me out tomorrow. We're going to do Freaky Friday and make some crazy stuff. So thank you for hanging.